Hey random reviewers, NuLens headlight renewal kit. I have done some work like this in the past, but I didn't use it as a kit. I did it to restore headlights on semis, and for us we finished with clear paint. So today we're going to try the Mother's way. It's rather inexpensive. So let's get it opened up. I've already broke the seal. There's a seal here on top, so when you go to buy this kit to know it's complete. At the bottom, it's a sealed setup as well. Alright, so what do we have? Let's just give it, that's right. We got all sorts of toys. We got ourselves a Velcro arbor, hex keyed. The kit recommends 1500 to 2000 RPMs on your tool speed. I have a Milwaukee drill here in a little bit. That puppy will go up to 1800, so it's within the range at full speed. So that's good. We got sanding discs that will Velcro. All right, let's go ahead and blast these babies wide open. Too efficient. They give you sandpaper that goes up to 1500, so it's very fine. It's good for a finish. 800 is more aggressive. It's good for cutting the garbage off. One thing I can say in past experience, do not hesitate to be generous with cutting a little bit of the plastic off with 800. Keep it consistent, smooth, and even. We'll demonstrate that after the while. I've polished aluminum rims and such. The procedure is relatively the same, but instead of dealing with metal, we're dealing with plastic. So the best key thing I can tell you, and we'll demonstrate it, keep it wet. These are for wet sanding, not dry. Also to be said, I've used this style of foam for aluminum polishing. You can get them very gummy and very dirty, and they will clean out. I've used glass cleaner while out in the field doing the aluminum polishing. Will clean it out just fine, does not harm it, so long as you don't get it hot from a lot of friction, which also goes back to the polish and keeping it moist. Not let it turn to gum and tar and just keep plowing in. Pressure, just fine. Best I can say, connect it. Halfway even is obviously nice. You don't want it terribly wobbly. It won't hurt anything. Also, I can say they use a nice flexible pad here, so you can kind of hold it at different angles, but at the same time, we'll demonstrate how not to be too ridiculous with that and have a nice, good, even coverage. This pad is extremely foam. Yeah, I mean, it quite literally is a foam pad. Hook it. This is a 3000 grit. Yep, there they go. All right, so like I said, we got the 800, hook and loop, 1500, hook and loop, 3000, hook and loop. Extremely soft. We got ourselves a plastic polish. It's for the lights. It's got some nice information on the back. We gotta go out and give this baby a try. All right, so we are outside. We need to tape this puppy off real quick. Easiest way I've found, just hold it tight, run it close to the edge. Now the reason why I'm wanting to protect the body is we are sanding at the end of the day. All I want to do is take the worn off clear coat on the lens and do its job again by allowing the headlight to actually light the road. As you can see, they are rather cloudy. It's not so nice. And the cost obviously to replace is astronomical. So all I gotta do is get a little tape, a little water. I'm not gonna use a spray bottle today due to not having one. I don't really feel like buying a spray bottle just to do this. So what I'm gonna do today is just use a washcloth and a pitcher of water, which can be easily run through the dishwasher to restore it to its clean state. Might as well protect the little chromey bits, even though they're not so chrome anymore. Hood. All right, please ignore the highway noise. We got a plane going by. I'm gonna use a pitcher of water. I mentioned the Milwaukee drill. We got our kit. Polish will come last, so I'll put it out of the way. Polishing ball comes last. Put it out of the way. We're gonna need our arbor. Do not need 3000 yet. We don't need 15. 800 be good. What I'm trying to do, if I slow down just a little bit, I can get it relatively even so I get a nice coverage all the way around the edge of my sanding pad. Put in the drill, lock it down nice, washcloth, soak it, soak it. Alright folks, so obviously we got the headlamp wet. We're going to keep it soaked as possible to keep it wet. The stuff falling off. Oh boy, the breeze is doing me in. Alright, best way I find is just to work back and forth. Good even motion. The whole idea is, like I said, keep it wet. You can see it's getting dry there. And the reason why I'm going for even motion, so I get good coverage. We got second stage sanding we're gonna do now. We've got it worked over pretty good. We've got all that we can reasonably get off. Sure, there's just a little bit of lines here, but how far in do you dig is always the question without, you know, there I accidentally stayed too long on a spot. There's 1,500 grit. We started at 800, now we're 1,500. You can kind of see there's a headlight in there. So clearly we're getting somewhere. Let's go up to 3,000, which is close to the finish. Once again, keep this baby wet. So we're kind of coming up on the final stages. I'm going to go ahead and use the Scotch-Brite 3-in-1 microfiber cloth. I have it available, that's why I'm using it. Happens to be by 3M. Decent size, so I'd be able to get this done for me. I don't know why I took that off. So the kit's calling for putting the polish right on the applicator. It is wobbling a little bit, but it's not too bad. It wants low speed, so if that helps you to control your speed better, drop her in first gear. Clearly doesn't run real fast. It looks fast in the camera, but I promise you it's more like 500 RPM. So it's relatively slow. You can control it easier without getting a heck of a lot of speed. The whole idea is not to throw the polish or burn it in, get it overly hot. It says nickel sized. You center your ball. Dab? Oh yeah, look at that. Nice and generous. Probably too generous, but that's all right. It says the work small areas at a time. It's slowly moving forward, and you'll have a little bit of residue at the end. We're gonna clean that off with the microfiber cloth. I use a moderate amount of pressure. Just take your time with the polish, work and work and work and work. There's no prize for going fast, unfortunately. Alright, so this headlamp right side, we're going to just kind of race through it as probably a time lapse. I'm not going to really spend any time commentating as we've already been through it. You can see cloudy, yeah. And unfortunately it acted like it's going to make a thunderstorm out here. I was hoping it'd be nice and sunny, nice and bright, make a good bright video. Unfortunately that was not my case today. So that's a little bit of a shame, but here goes. We're going to start once again with 800. Alright, so with this, I've obviously cleaned up this right side headlamp. It took me just under 15 minutes, probably closer to 10. So you can see both sides are considerably better, even from the distance that you have there to that lamp. Even that one is considerably better, so my night driving should be a lot more reasonable here very shortly. Like I said, I did use the Scotch-Brite. We've used the new headlight restore. My hands shake a little bit, I'm sorry if it doesn't look the best. That picture does feel pretty accurate, even though mine looks a little dirtier than theirs. Car need a little rinsing off from the splatter. It's minor. It won't hurt it at all. It's just dust. Basically plastic dust from the sanding. Working at trying to keep it wet. Luckily it's a nice cool day, so it didn't evaporate real quickly. Other times I've used basically like a garden hose or something of the sort, just kind of keep water flowing over it. The whole idea is to keep all the shavings out of there as much as possible for a good clean sand. I really appreciate you guys stuck this along if you did.